every day in Philadelphia. 65,000 a capacity crowd at Veterans Stadium for the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. For the first time in 4 weeks, Dan Marino back in uniform, making it back from the broken right ankle. He is listed as the emergency third quarterback, but could be waiting in the wings for a fourth quarter appearance. But Craig Erickson will start for the third straight game in a matchup with Ty Detmer playing for the injured Rodney Peete. This is a meeting of two teams gunning for their fifth win of the season. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Sam Weish. And for Craig Erickson, a very impressive performance in the win over the Bills in Buffalo last Sunday. And Sam, he appears to be much more comfortable with the offense.
Not only with the offense, Marv, but I think with just taking the snap from center a couple of weeks ago in a downpour in Miami against Seattle, he fumbled 3 balls from center. But this team wants to run the ball, high percentage passing with Craig Erickson, who can do it. And as Jimmy Johnson pointed out to us last week and this week, punting the ball isn't all bad. Just no turnovers from this offense.
And for the Eagles, Ty Detmer will make his second straight start. Defense did it last week against the Giants, but the Eagles would certainly like to accelerate the offense.
The Eagles haven't thrown a touchdown pass in 3 ball games, and with the 6-foot-tall Ty Detmer at quarterback and his timed quick throws, some of them 3-step drops, he's going to have to be careful of those outstretched arms of the defensive line of the Miami Dolphins, which average just under 6'5".
All right, so it's the Eagles and the Dolphins coming up. We'll be back with the opening kickoff from the Vet in Philadelphia in a moment. Well, the Eagles have won the toss, and they will receive. The Eagles coming off the win over the Giants, 19-10 last week at the Meadowlands. They have Derek Witherspoon and Mark Say back awaiting the kick from Joe Nedney. Here's Nedney, the first-year man from San Jose State, who has been doing well with kickoffs. And Witherspoon will stay right there. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line, and here comes Ty Detmer in his 5th year out of Brigham Young, playing for Rodney Peete, who is out for the season. A look at the offensive line, and we'll see some shuffling. We probably will see the massive rookie first-round draft pick Jermaine Mayberry get in today. Richard Cooper has been struggling the last couple of games. Detmer, the quarterback. Ricky Waters, Kevin Turner are the running backs. Waters last week against the Giants ran for 110 yards on 27 carries. And, of course, Irving Fryer, the one-time Miami Dolphin. And Detmer throwing on first down and completes a short pickup. Zach Thomas and Lewis Oliver making the stop. Stubbs, Gardner, Bowens, and Burton on the front line for Miami. Zach Thomas, who had another outstanding game last week against Buffalo, is in the middle. Buckley tied for the NFL lead with 5 interceptions. And Sean Wooden has replaced Gene Atkins at free safety. Second down and 5. And the pass intended for Chris T. Jones. We were talking with Kevin Turner after practice on Friday, and penalty marker is down, and he was telling us that usually Ricky Waters does well when they get the ball to him early, get him involved in the early going.
They want him to carry the ball early because he has more confidence in his blocking when he has early success. Let's see the penalty.
Illegal hands to the face mask, holding on the face mask by the offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Well, that's the right tackle, Richard Cooper, as we mentioned. He has been having problems the last 2 ball games. Ricky Waters, who is averaging 4.5 yards per carry.
You know, Marv, he is 3rd in the NFL in first quarter rushing. So they get him the ball early. They know it's important for him to have early success.
It is a 2nd and 15 back at the 15-yard line. And this is Waters finding the hole, cross midfield, and taken down inside the 40 by Terrell Buckley.
And that's what you call early success, a 46-yard run. And he started to the left, The hole broke open on the backside. He just cut back, and then it was a foot race. Terrell Buckley a little faster and had the angle on him. Straight handoff coming off the left side right here. Eyes open, head up. Changes the ball over to the right side. You know, the ball carrier always wants the majority of the ball, of the would-be tacklers coming at the side of the body that does not have the ball. Reduces the number of fumbles.
46-yard run. His long for the season, 56. Detmer's pass. Touchdown, Eagles. Irving Fryar.
Marvin will go down as a beautiful catch, but I don't think he was throwing to Irving Fryar.
Irving Fryar, the one-time Miami Dolphin, with his second touchdown of the season.
Ty Detmer's looking to the right, little pump fake, and then he had to go to his alternate receiver. Now you're going to see two receivers down here. I think he was probably throwing the ball down the field to number 30, Charlie Garner, down the sideline, and Irving Fryar came in for another snap.
And the point after by Gary Anderson, capping on 3 plays for 80 yards. So the Eagles, with their first touchdown pass, the last 3 games they had gone 14 quarters without one.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. By AT&T, your true choice. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, helping people live safer, more secure lives. That's the freedom of liberty. And by Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles striking quickly. Ty Detmer's first touchdown pass of the season. And Anderson's kickoff played by McPhail. Jarris McPhail, a rookie from East Carolina, running it back for 17 yards. Kickoff coverage by the Eagles has been a problem throughout the season.
Irving Fryar making that catch. And here you see right in the end zone there, Charlie Garner is running down the sideline, and I really believe, and we won't know until the press conference after the ball game who he was throwing to, and then he's going to say he threw the ball to Irving Fryar all the way.
And for Ty Detmer, the longest completion of his NFL career, a 38-yard pass play. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar gets the call, and a flag is thrown. James Willis, Michael Zordich make the stop. And the holding call against Miami. Let's check out the Dolphin offense. Up front, Richmond Webb, Keith Sims, Tim Ruddy, Chris Gray, James Brown. 2 All-Pros on the left side. The quarterback is Craig Erickson. The running backs, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who has been quiet as of late, and fellow rookie Stanley Pritchett. Randall Hill, who has been a favorite receiver of his University of Miami teammate Craig Erickson. O.J. McDuffie and Troy Drayton, the tight end, who has emerged as the starter, his second straight start side after the departure of Keith Byers. 2 minutes gone by. Eagles 7, Dolphins nothing. Off the screen, Abdul-Jabbar could not hold on. Now look at the Eagle defensive alignment. Up front, Fuller, Harmon, Hall, and Mamula. Fuller with 6 sacks, 2 last week. Mamula, who had been quiet, 2.5 sacks last week against the Giants. The middle linebacker, James Willis, leading the Eagles in tackles. William Thomas had a terrific game last week, NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And Troy Vincent, the one-time Miami Dolphin, a strong secondary for the Eagles. It is a 2nd down and 20. And Erickson pass caught by the tight end Drayton, but it is a short pickup, and he's run out by the outside linebacker William Thomas. Craig Erickson telling us yesterday that although he's a guy who certainly is crammed and is a fast learner, as you know from your days with him at Tampa Bay, he has had some problems learning the offense.
Well, they were on the field the other day. Troy Drayton and then Fred Barnett stepped in, who hasn't been in the lineup. this year. And a play was called by Gary Stevens sent a play in, and they asked Craig Erickson, what do I do? And he started telling them. Finally, he looked at himself and looked at them and said, I don't know what to do. But he is so far ahead of where he was 2 weeks ago that we're going to see a different Craig Erickson today.
Third down and 13. Erickson getting the time, but could not find anyone. And now throwing on the run. The Dolphins looking for interference on Vincent for the coverage on Miller, but there's no call. Scott Miller, 6-year man from UCLA, tried to make the adjustment.
Unfortunately, Craig Erickson could have run for the first down, and he is trying to make a big play right here. You see that they're just at the very last minute. Troy Vincent turns his head around. That avoided the interference possibility.
So John Kidd has come on to punt from his 10. Mark Say is back. And a beauty by Kidd. Here's Say. With running room and tripped up at midfield. Mark Say was on the verge of breaking one. A 50-yard punt, 26-yard return. The Eagles back to the offense. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
Mark Say catching the punt just moments ago. The return to his left. And we watch Adam Walker gets away with a clip right down here in the corner. You're going to see it right there. Right in the back. A week ago, the New York Giants got away with one as Amani Toomer ran one back 65 yards for a touchdown.
And that is special teams coach Danny Smith, who has been under fire as of late for the Eagles' kickoff and punt team deficiencies. Here is Denver throwing deep again, and once again looking for Irving Fryer. Ray Rhodes said after the game against the Giants last week that Danny Smith must be held accountable. But he made it clear he has no intention of firing Smith. Ray came up with the old "it was blown out of proportion" statement. Now, have you used that?
Well, I use it quite often myself, but it was really in response to a question. Someone asked him at a press conference about accountability about Danny Smith, and he was responding to a question. He wasn't bringing up a special point to be made.
Danny Smith coaching the Eagles special teams. This is Waters on a short pickup. 7-0 the Philadelphia Eagles with the lead. 11:25 remaining in this first quarter. Shane Burton, Zach Thomas making the stop on that first series for the Dolphins defensively. Jimmy Johnson starting Daniel Stubbs and Shane Burton. In fact, Stubbs on the left side. And now Trace Armstrong, who had a big game last week against Buffalo, is back on the field. Some questions about Trace Armstrong. 0 tackles first 3 games, and then came on strong against the Bills with a couple of sacks. Waters on the reception, short of the first down by about a yard.
Ray Rhodes thinks that Ty Detmer has a special knack for going to the alternate receiver. He only looks downfield in his retreat. As he's dropping back, that time a 5-step drop, he's looking to see if anything's going to develop downfield. If those linebackers of the Miami Dolphins turn and run, Ray Rhodes says that this man right here, Ty Detmer, lays the ball off and has excellent timing as to when to do it and when to throw that ball away. It looks like on 4th down, they're going for it.
It is a 4th and 1 at the Miami 40. Waters. And it appears he picked it up. Stopped by Chris Singleton. Ricky Waters.
Going to be close, Marv. That one's probably going to get a measure. They went right at Zach Thomas, the #1 tackler with 77 tackles this year for Miami on 4th and 1.
Ray Rhodes turning 46 years of age today. Says his birthday is the last thing he's thinking about. He said if he could, he'd put his birthday off until August. I've often felt the same way, Sam.
Well, yeah,
you could kind of pick the date you'd like, you know?
I think it's interesting that you put your 46th birthday off now for several years.
Oh, absolutely. It is a first down for the Eagles.
Gutsy call by Ray Rhodes. Just straight up the middle, lead blocker. Kevin Turner is the most important